What's up, everybody? Quentin Flores here. I'm hanging out with my good friend here. Bro, introduce yourself to the world.
Hey guys, my name is Tonny Romero. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I wholesale down there. I've got my own company, which is about 3 months old now. Right now I'm in San Antonio hanging out with Quentin Flores.
This is crazy, man. This guy right here had hit me up asking for mentorship a few months ago, and dude, I didn't even get a chance to teach this dude at all. My buddy's been getting schooled by multiple players in the game. Shout out to my boy Aaron Bevins. And you just joined what Aaron calls the what? The six something, what is it?
The six figures.
Yes.
We were trying to hit 6 figures, but now we're actually trying to hit $500,000. So it's a journey, and I love being part of it, and it's gonna be something that's gonna push me really hard, but I'm confident that we're gonna make it there.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love the determination. I can hear it, man. That right there is such a powerful thing, guys. Having determination at the beginning. Dude, how old are you, Tony?
I'm 21.
21 years old? My dude, 21 years old, and he's already hit 6 figures in his business. Dude, how long have you been doing this?
So my company itself is about roughly 3 months old, and then from the time that we closed the first deal till the last deal, the most recent deal that hit 6 figures, it was 2 months and 2 days.
Damn, dude, 3 months to already hit those numbers, bro. Let me tell you something. It took me a year and 6 months to close my first deal, bro. That is how long it took for me to close my first deal. And before we get into the nitty gritty of how you were able to accomplish all of that stuff, Tony, I want to ask you a couple of questions. So, were you born and raised in Wisconsin?
Yes. So I've lived in Wisconsin my entire life.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So you got family and everything like that down there?
Yep. I've got my dad's side of the family down there, and then my mom's side is in Alabama.
So how long have you been have you always been business savvy to just jump into the game like this? Well, first off, let's start it at the beginning. You jumped into the business 3 months ago. Before that, how long were you learning about all of this?
So originally I had gone to a seminar, and then I paid $1,000 for the seminar. But then after I went for a 3-day boot camp, I learned a lot about what wholesaling was. But then there was a $30,000 upgrade for another program that I just couldn't afford at the time. Then a few months passed, and I actually found a few friends that they have their own wholesaling company, and they let me join part of it. I saw their success. I saw the checks. They actually personally showed me the checks, so I knew it was real at that point. I got fired from my job.
Oh my God! What were you doing?
I was working at a warehouse, picking up bags all day, and actually I haven't thought about this in a while, but I was picking up 50-pound bags all day from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day, tens of thousands of pounds.
Oh my God.
Back was burning, but I got fired for being late more than 3 times. And then since it was right around that time, that same week that I got asked to join this other wholesaling team, I went all in with them, and luckily I don't have any bills. And I had some savings as well. So I was able to go in all in with them.
That is beautiful, man. Not a lot of people, dude, this is what's badass about joining real estate companies, man. If you go in and you serve your time, that's the way I call it. As an entrepreneur, a lot of sales companies are gonna pick you up regardless, based on your charisma, your go-getter mentality. These are things that literally are drilled into us as kids. We grow up knowing that if we work harder than someone else, we're going to make more money than the other person, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, guys, but that's full-blown capitalism right there. It's me being able to outwork the guy next to me so that I can have more opportunities, bro. And it sounds like you just dove straight into an opportunity. Now, I used to work for a company too, bro. I was one of the top sales guys there.
Oh, really?
And I learned so much. It sucks, but the company went out of business, and they let all of us go before all of that happened. And, but what I learned from that company was sales skills, man. Now, at that company that you were working at, what was your biggest takeaway being in a team environment and learning this business? What would you say was the most valuable thing that you learned from this?
I learned that, one thing that was really important to me and that I think back to a lot is I wasn't making a lot of money, but the experience that I learned just from being around these guys, it was a whole nother environment, because being at a warehouse or being at a restaurant or being anywhere else that I worked, where you work with people where their mindset isn't there, and then going into a whole nother level where I was working with entrepreneurs and people that don't give up, that set goals. They were writing goals on the board every single day. We were going through them. We were trying to figure out how many calls we were supposed to make, how many contacts we were supposed to make. We were looking at analytics, and talking about the future as well, and rental properties and so much opportunity that it just changes your mindset, and it's a drive that you just don't get anywhere else.
100, bro. And this is the thing, right? Did you get that same type of goal-oriented environment picking up those bags?
No. If anything, it was kind of rush it so that so that they can pay you less for more, for a quicker time.
And dude, this is a lesson that not a lot of people learn. I have a 16-year-old brother, right? He's working in my office right over there. And he is doing half school and half working here. And bro, I have not seen someone be excited to go to work. Like, that's not something that a lot of people are, right? You wake up in the morning, if you're watching this and you're that guy that's going to 9 to 5, I can almost promise you 99% of you guys that are watching this that have that job freaking hate that job, and you want to go somewhere where the environment is growth mindset. It's business, it's understanding different concepts, bro. So it sounds like at this company, the mentality that you went into it was go-getter, and you came out of it full-blown growth, man. Am I right on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for that opportunity.
That's awesome, man. And look, the takeaway from this, guys, is to understand opportunity, what's in front of you. If you have the opportunity to learn, jump into it, even if it means you gotta serve your time. And that's what I call it. I was with that company for a year. Don't know how long you were with that company for, but it definitely helped me become the leader that I am today. And I love my team. I love my people. I love growing with the people that I'm in business with right now. So bro, how long have you been incorporated your own business?
My actual business, where I am the CEO,
yes,
is 3 months.
3 months, dude. What the hell? You have any idea how crazy that is? You're a 21-year-old kid, bro. No offense, but you have accomplished something that a lot of people that I know of that have been in this business 20, 15, 10 plus years, guys, that don't get that far. How would you say you got that far so quickly? What did you implement? What did you do? I mean, what opportunities came your way? I want to know the whole story.
Well, one thing that's really something that really put me far is when I joined, and this goes back to when I joined that first company. I got thrown in a room, and I was told that I needed to call these people on this list to try to buy their house, and that's all I got. I never got trained. I didn't know that there were YouTube videos out there about wholesaling. I didn't know that there were courses. So the way I learned was just calling and dialing. And that kept pushing me, because it came to a certain point where I got my first deal, and then I just got exciting and more exciting. Kind of adrenaline started kicking in. So one thing that's really important for me, and that kind of started way back then, is if I'm gonna sit on the phone, I'm gonna set a goal for, I need to get at least 1 or 2 appointments before I get off this phone. Solid appointments, not appointments that are not gonna make sense. And I won't get off until I hit that goal. And usually those days where I do set those goals are so different, because I actually made it. When I'm not setting goals, I get really tired. If something's distracting me, I go towards that. So that was definitely something that is very important. I always talk about goals. They're something that drives you. I always think about the concept of, if I'm going to California, if I'm going to take a trip to California and I'm going to drive there, I need to know where I'm going to go. I need to know where my destination is going to be. Whereas if I'm just going to drive all over the country and try to make it somewhere, I'm never going to end up anywhere. And I don't have a certain time limit to get there. So I try to set those goals. Those are really important. I know I kind of got a little off track.
No, bro, that is on track as fuck, my dude. Like, that's so valuable right there, guys. And what this is, and let me put this into perspective, is called reverse engineering the process. You created a goal and a timeline. When you do that, what happens, bro? You get in a sense of urgency. And that urgency to accomplish that goal becomes more and more like there's more pressure that gets put on that urgency as you progress, man. And honestly, I'm honestly just like super impressed, bro, that you're thinking like this. You know what I'm saying? When I was 21, bro, I couldn't see but 5 inches in front of me, and it looks like you got like a full-blown 10-year plan, man. So how did you find your first deal? What did you do? And you know, more or less, like what was the whole process like? Can you break that down?
Yeah, so the first one was actually a pre-foreclosure. It was just on a pre-foreclosure list. Whenever I go, I use PropStream, and whenever I go on PropStream, I like to go on pre-foreclosures in my city. And then I like to filter it down as much as I can to the point where I'm not calling 2,000 leads. Instead, I can call 750 and they're more solid. So as an example, for you guys that are new, is I like to use the filters and say, okay, I want 35% plus equity. I want them to have owned their property for at least a minimum of 4 years. That way you're dealing people that are not going to be, that you can help. I don't like saying wasting your time, because you know we're in this business to help a lot of people and connect investors with properties as well. So we give a lot of value. If I can't help somebody, I'd rather be able to target those people that I know that I for sure can help and that I'm not wasting their time. So that's what I do. I pull those lists, and I pulled a pre-foreclosure list. I'm a big cold caller. I don't text blast. I don't email blast. I don't do any of that. I just straight cold call on Mojo or on Call Tools. And so I called a good amount of leads, and then eventually it came down to a guy who, very surprisingly, apparently Milwaukee is a little saturated, but surprisingly he's never been called before, even though our market's saturated, which was
wow,
kind of odd to me, since you know they say it's saturated. But he said he'd never been called before. He's been on pre-foreclosure for like 3.5 months. He told me I can come down there right away the next day, and the numbers made perfect sense. I gave him a rough range of where I want it to be. And then I came down to the property. I looked at the property, and then had a great time with him. We built a lot of rapport. He was in the Navy. He was also an engineer. So he had a long backstory about all his life in real estate, and his wife who had passed away.
Oh no.
And so after walking through the property, I asked him, what he wanted, and he just wanted his mortgage to get covered, which at the time was $24,000, if I'm not wrong, $22,000 to $24,000 that he still owed, and the property was roughly worth about $80,000. It maybe needed like $5,000 to $7,000, but if that, you could rent it out just as it was, and it was in a good market. You can get rents from $900 to $1,100 in the area, and so this was my first deal, and I got into this business really with the mindset of trying to help people. So when we spoke about it, I actually offered him $30,000 instead of the 24, just because I didn't think it was right, because he told me a backstory of how he got hit with lots of bills from his wife passing away, because she passed away to cancer. And I just didn't feel right, to give him such a low offer and just have him walk away with nothing. So I offered him $8,000 over, and he was able to walk away with the $8,000 at closing, and the feeling was amazing. I was able to wholesale that for 56, 57. So it was a really good spread. It was $25,000.
That's good, man. That's good. That's capitalizing on an opportunity, guys. And look, let me put this into perspective, right? The numbers itself, y'all. 100%, there is a dollar amount on servitude, right? And I hate to say this, but we live in this type of society, and you have to be able to make it make sense where you're still able to capitalize, and you went above and beyond for your client, which you did, bro. The guy said he hadn't been called anymore. That property would have been taken away from this dude if you didn't reach out to him, bro. And it was a nice day for everybody. So put that into perspective, man. Bro, you weren't stacking data or anything? That was just straight pre-foreclosure?
Yeah, I've never stacked data.
I've
never used list source. I've never I bought from flipthisrealestate.com. To be sincere, I never got a lead from it. I still, I'm not talking bad on them, but it didn't work out for me. But other than, it's just been PropStream and driving for dollars.
Bro, that's all you got to do. You just put in the work, man. A lot of you guys that are watching this right now, and I'm going to be straightforward, right? y'all get caught in the subscription funnel, and it's the worst thing to get caught in when you're testing all of these different platforms without even truly figuring out if what you're doing is working on the front end. And bro, just pre-foreclosures and driving for dollars, that's all I did at the beginning to get my first deal. But obviously I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. My guy, you closed that shit and you made it happen, man. And that's something that not a lot of people get to do, bro. It takes a lot to do what you just talked about right now, man. So dude, be proud of yourself on that. Now you're at a point right now, right? You hit the 6-figure mark in your business. How long ago did you do that?
How long did I hit 6 figures?
No, like when did you say, okay, I have 6 figures, I have hit 6 figures in company revenue?
About a week and a half ago.
A week ago. You guys hear that? Oh my God, bro, a week ago. That's just, I mean, dude, that's exciting. How do you feel right now?
I feel like I can conquer the world. No, it's definitely something that it's never happened to me before. So I've never made anywhere close to the amount of money I made this year, let alone my first deal was 25 grand. That was roughly what I was making last year with sometimes two full-time jobs and a part-time job, killing it all week, barely getting to see family, just working nonstop in restaurants and warehouses. And it's been life-changing. And I know that there's lots more to overcome. And there's definitely been struggles here and there. It's not always going to be an uphill, but I've learned a lot, and it's given me a lot of experience. Obviously, I'm not anywhere close to where you've accomplished, but
dude, don't worry about it. This is a marathon. It
Absolutely.
Is not a race, bro.
Yeah, and I'm ready for it.
I still don't have it figured out. You think I'm at this crazy level in my business, bro? I make mistakes and I fail every single day, and that's completely okay, bro. And where you're at in your business, if you got there that quick, I can only imagine how. Give it another year, bro. I want you back on the show to tell everybody where you're at then, because that's going to be a full-blown transformation. Which I'm gonna fly my boy down here. You saw it here first, but bro, I mean, it's the most beautifulest thing I could ever hear, man. Now why are you doing this? Like, is there because you had a job, you had security, you left that job, you got into a company, you're doing it on your own. What is the reason why you're doing what you're doing? How you were able to hit that amount of money? I want to know why.
So, over the time that has passed, I've found another why. But what originally, now that I've hit 6 figures, I've tried to think a little bigger than what I've hit now. But in the beginning, when this first started, my parents, I've always wanted to make them proud. They're very go to school, go to college, get a really nice job as a lawyer or a doctor. And school was never for me. I never liked it. I just didn't like school at all. I didn't like studying. I didn't like following the rules. And I wanted to be my own boss. And my parents didn't think it was going to be something where I was going to generate a lot of money to live comfortably my whole life. So my first goal was, or my first why was to make my parents proud, especially my mom, and showing her that it is possible, even if I didn't go to school, to become something in life.
And your last name Romero, right?
Romero, yes.
Romero. Mrs. Romero, your son is doing amazing things. Watch this. Hit the subscribe button if you see this.
No, yeah,
that's beautiful,
absolutely.
bro. I love my mom. I'm a mama's boy. Totally. I credit so much of my success to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said you got a new why. What is that now? I mean, more like an added why. We'll call it that.
Yeah, my added why is I wanna. A big goal of mine is to be able to help a lot of kids go to college, because I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity. And as well as just own a lot of real estate. I have a vision board, and in my vision board, I have just big buildings. And Milwaukee's not like Texas, so now that I've been in Texas, I've been able to see skyscrapers.
This your first time in Texas?
It's my second time. I came when I was younger, but I didn't really get to enjoy it. I just stayed at a hotel, and that was about it. So
that's how I feel about Cleveland, man. I was born in Cleveland, but I don't remember much of it. I've been in Texas so long, bro. All I hear is Houston and Dallas and just giant plots of land everywhere and grass all over the place. I mean, I love it though. It's peaceful here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to eventually get to the level where I own lots of real estate.
Let's go.
Like it is here.
Tony, awesome, bro. Dude, for everybody that's watching this right now, what is one piece of advice someone who has scaled so quickly in their business would give to the guy who's been doing this 5 times longer than you and hasn't gotten the same results? What advice would you give that person watching right now?
One thing that's really important is you don't have to try everything. Quentin was talking about this a little bit, the subscription thing. You don't have to focus so much on that. What you want to do is find something that works for you and do it. So cold calling works for me. And another thing that I don't even think I mentioned it, was door knocking as well. Door knocking has been something that's been good for me, both on the cash buyer side and on the seller side. There are cash buyers that I try to find when I have a property and I can't find them because the skip trace just can't find them because I haven't been using Datafleet probably.
The shameless plug.
And
Sorry.
so I just go and knock on their door and ask, tell them about the property that I have and build a relationship, give that extra step, as well as when I'm finding a seller. Sometimes I go down if I see a distressed property and we can't find a skip trace, I go down and I knock on the door. So that's been something, but that kind of brings it to the point of just grind it out and set your goals. If you don't have goals, it goes back to a lot, is if you don't have goals, you're not getting anywhere. You're not, if you're not writing, and especially if you're not writing them down, you're not able to visibly see them and remind yourself constantly of where you're trying to get to. Because, like, for example, I jump on a phone, I don't get off until I've hit that goal. I grind. If I have to wake up very early and stay at the office very late, I will, and I do it every single day for the last 3 months. I've worked very, very, very long hours, at least 80 to 90 hours a week. And it's paying off, so it's a lot of work, but as long as there's consistency and you're actually doing it, there's no secret script, there's no secret course, there's no rocket science, there's nothing. It's just building relationships and consistently doing what you have to do.
100. Tony, bro, I can't tell you how honored I am to have you on my YouTube channel, on my show. This has been the Untitled Podcast. You're my 3rd guest, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I'm just super happy for you. Super excited that you're aligned with the correct people, man. And guys, if y'all can add my boy on Facebook, Tonny Romero, and I'll go ahead and I'll plug that link right here so you guys can go ahead and follow my boy. Do you have an Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah, it's Tonny.Romero.
Guys, click on the tag in the comment section. Make sure you follow my boy, like all of that good stuff, man. Follow his journey, because this dude right here is a killer. He's coming back in a year. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm calling it now. And we're gonna see what that business looks like. Tony, bro, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Alrighty, guys, don't forget to subscribe. All right, talk to y'all later.
I want the check. I want the check.
Hey guys, if you like this video, go on and head over to my Instagram where I post exclusive content to help you grow your business.